All right, so welcome to the show, Crimsonclad. You are on mspwaves radio on the show Minnow Mayor Town Hall. I'm your host, Agrode, and currently known as Skanky J. And it's look, I sing the praises of the guests on my show. This one will be longer than normal. Crimsonclad is easily one of my favorite people, not only in the Minnow Support Project and on the Peace, Abundance, and Liberty Network, but just frankly as a human being, as of course on the Steem blockchain, but you are smart, clever, creative. You're a Medal of Honor winner. You are you are a pleasure to be around. Your laugh is infectious, and it is always a joy to have you on the air. So thank you for being here.
Aw, man, oh man. This is like, I just come here now just to talk with you when I'm not feeling great.
Okay. Well, good. I'd love nothing less than to be somebody that can. I'll be your hype boy. I'll go spread nothing but kindness and share good thoughts about you. It's easy to do.
Forget about me, but the spreading the kindness, that's a win. Mostly I came on air because all of a sudden everybody on the fucking platform started wishing me happy birthday, and I have no idea why.
I don't know where that one came from, especially because your birthday was back in August, I believe.
It was. Do you remember that, or did you see it in chat?
I'm going to say live on air that I remembered it. and then I'll send you a DM personally. I'll send you a DM personally that I don't know that at all. I'm the worst with birthdays. I was proud that I remembered my brothers, but I needed some help. I have like chemistry in my brain, and you could ask me things like how do the reactions work, and I have sales techniques, and that takes up the majority of this. But like birthdays, holidays, like I don't even know what day of the week it is. I'm in the very now moment. I'm in my moment of now, not in the moment of the calendar.
That's okay. You have the nematode brain. It comes and it goes. The science stuff is very cool. That's probably very useful. Have you ever just been like walking down the street and like looked at somebody and been like, let me tell you about covalent bonds?
No. I mean, I've been married for 20 years now, so my need to talk to strangers and impress them has gone way down. Here's another fun fact for Chu. I was 23 when I got married, and my wife was 21. I literally laid eyes on her and I said, this is the woman I'm going to marry. It was almost my very first thought about her. In fact, it might have actually been the very first thought of, I saw her and I said, I'm going to marry her. And I did. So it's my need to sort of like,
and it wasn't covalent bonds that won her over?
No, as shameful as this is, we were at a Eurotrash dance party. And
I remember you were dancing.
I was dancing. I was half naked, peacocking on a railing. Again, back like now I'm 40 pounds overweight and I can't do this. But back then, there was a momentary time where I was a handsome young lad, and the peacocking and the being up there, I could see the crowd, I could see the audience. I looked presumably handsome enough because my wife is quite an attractive lady, and so I that's what I did. I did that, and I got her attention, and peacocking, like a peacock. You spread your feathers out and you have a big plume and you share, you're just, I don't know. It's just a term that people use to sort of say I was getting attention. So that's what I did. I mean, all right, now I have to share another one. Okay.
Right,
So I knew right away that I needed this girl's attention, but I was up at this tiny little liberal arts college and there was nothing happening. There were barely restaurants. I was under 21, so you couldn't go to bars. So I wanted to go figure out a way to go spend some time with her. And I didn't want to go up and be like, hey, I want to study, or I didn't know what to do. I decided I was going to go host a swing dance. I got permission from the school, got the building, found a DJ, went and got maybe 200 to 300 people to go show up at this dance. And all of it was just so that I would have an opportunity to ask this girl out to a second date. Or I guess it was really like I took her out to lunch once and then I needed a date. So I put together a 200 to 300 person swing dance just for the opportunity to ask her out. So that's what I did.
You are nothing if not ambitious.
Foolhardy. I don't know.
Ambitious is kind, which is why I said ambitious.
Yeah, we can go with ambitious. All right, so Crimson, you're running this thing called The Witness. Do you want to talk about that at all? It seems like.
Don't we talk about that every week?
Yeah, well, I'd really like to see you in the top 20, and I don't know any other way to do that other than promote you as like an incredibly talented designer teamed with BTC News, who is a great, intelligent marketer and quite charming on his own right. And the two of you keep making cool projects. So as long as you keep making cool projects, then I'm indebted, maybe not indebted, but it's just my desire to help people know that you and Follow actually make one of the best witness teams on the entire system here. And I'm just hoping that other people will pick up on that fact and support you with their witness votes.
Well, I appreciate that hugely, and I hope everybody in here puts a little love on their purple people over there in the list. But truthfully, this week I've been a little slack. My friend flew in from out of town, so my weekend has been an absolute hot mess disaster. So there's that. Don't judge me by this weekend.
I heard there was some live drinking on air.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got schmammed.
Yeah.
Oh, Thursday was quite the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was anybody there to capture some Crumrotica on air? Did that happen?
Apparently I did.
Did you actually read some Crumrotica while on air on Thursday?
No. I thought we were talking about how I was very drunk, and there was a lot of like drunken selfies that were flying through chat for that particular. Yes, exactly. All of our listeners, I was satched. Totally satched. Like normally I do my show and I have a drink. I always have a drink with me when I do my show. It's just really fun. And it's a great way to unwind, and, a bourbon or two, fine. But I don't know. Something happens when, you've got a good buddy in from wherever, like across the country, and, one bourbon, and then that bourbon held the door for like 7 other bourbons, and then the show was excellent, but I was definitely it was a thing. It was a whole thing.
Nice. Well,
you would know if you had listened.
I'd listened to part of that show. How do you? No. Every time you do this to me, every time you're like, you would know if you listened. I can see your hands on your hips, giving me some sass. I was there.
In my listening room very briefly.
Well, I was there. I dropped in. What do you want from me? Don't always have 2 hours to devote every single week. But I do. I try to listen to more shows.
It's fine. I'm teasing you. I tease because this is how you react. And then everybody's like, ha, 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 ha. And then, it's just, we all laugh at you. And it's exactly why I do it. Well, you're feeding the troll right now.
I am feeding the troll. All right. Well, you've been listening to Crimsonclad.
P.S. And then just throws me out of the on-air.
Yeah. What are you going to do now? You going to go, how's that trolling going? Yeah. See?
So that was it. That was my show this week. Was really, really sad. And I'm going to address something else, and some people will yell at me and some people won't. My show happens to overlap with like 3 promotional shows for posts now. And it makes some people kind of upset because they want to network and they want to grow their accounts and they want to share their posts. And I fully wish you would listen to my show, but also take those opportunities where you can get them. Pick a week and don't come to my show and go show the world your amazing posts. No one will be sad. We all want to see everybody here do awesome.
No. So let me provide another alternative that is a little bit more in my own self-interest. Rather than doing that, why don't you go tell those other show hosts, you know, it would be great if you guys did this on MSP Waves Radio. Because I'm actually pretty certain that we don't even have a DJ for Wednesday nights. So, like, if they could just move it from Thursday to Wednesday, then they could have a show and take advantage of our audience.
You go to Whale Shares and see how that goes.
Whale Shares. I didn't know. Yeah, I was... Is there another show as well that's out there?
There is. It's Shadows Pub Steem at Ramble, Pimp Your Post Thursdays. It's awesome. They have a Discord server. If you've never been in there, I will happily share the link with you.
Shadows Pub. Go ahead and put the link in there. And if you guys haven't heard of Whale Shares, there's another group you might want to partake in. Yeah, I guess I'm not about to go. It's unfortunate
because it means it's directly during the time of my post. So unfortunately, I have seen my listenership drop off a little bit. But I have to say, I love to see people in there talking, sharing their posts, discovering each other, and networking. So I can't even be mad about it.
No, I mean, it's cooperation. I mean, all these things I think ends up helping this network. That the more shows that we have, the more groups that we have, like people
exactly.
As long as we keep making it okay that, you know, you can sit at whatever lunch table you want and you're going to be welcome everywhere. As long as we don't have like, this is my turf and that's your turf and that kind of crap.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's healthy.
I mean, I usually, even in my show, if somebody comes in and is like, oh, I'm missing it, I will push them to like jump out. You don't have to stay for the whole show, but I usually do. I encourage people who are looking to get a little boost or who want to talk about their work or who want to discover other work, jump out of my show for a bit and go over there. And yeah, then I feel like a dork because then I'm like, oh shit, I just sent away half my listeners. But at the same time, like the reason I think it's pretty obvious, the reason I'm here is I want to see how you guys do amazing things. So Shadows Pub has an amazing show and you should definitely go over there and just pop in for a coffee and a chat. She does have a morning option as well, but I try not to push that too much because it happens to be during Uniwisp's show on our network. Yeah. So yes, I am Canadian bias narrative. Can you hear it in my not accent?
Yeah, you do have an accent, my dear.
I do not. You have an accent.
I do have an accent, but you know, mine is actually pretty slight. When in the grand scheme of things, I have like an American suburb accent, whereas you were saying sorry every 15 minutes there, and
I do say sorry a lot.
And I believe you even say sorry, which is, you know, Americans will say sorry, and you'll be like, hey, sorry, eh?
Okay, I very rarely say a. Can I also confess that I kind of hid my Canadian a little bit while I was on air for the first while, because everybody came after me for my Canadian sayings of things like car and whatever else you pick up on. And then Bucky Dirtle got on air and just gave her. And he was doing, you know, how to speak like a Canadian lessons and all these sort of words that I think are super colloquial and normal. And people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? So now I feel a little less like I have to blend in. I think at this point I've got enough of you fooled into loving me that you'll pass on like a sorry or two.
Yeah, we can forgive that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Crimmy. I got
me out. Crystal wants me to sing, but I don't know what to sing.
Are you much of a singer, Crimmy? I don't think I've ever heard you sing.
Well, that's because you don't listen to my show.
Well, what? How many times have you been singing on your show?
I've sung a couple times.
I haven't been there for any of them.
I know you haven't.
You should text me and be like, all right, Aggie, I'm going to sing. Get your ass over here. Because you
never answer my text. I'm going to call you out on air. You do not answer my texts.
You use a weird program that doesn't even give me an alert to know that happens. If you would like to message me like every other person on this planet does, then I am more than happy to go immediately respond.
I disagree. But anyways, it's fine. It's end-to-end encrypted and it's free and it runs on Wi-Fi, which is why I use it.
But it doesn't have a notification. That's my beef.
It does.
Well, it doesn't like pop up with a little red flag being like you got mail or something.
Oh, right. Accurate.
Then I gotta go. Anyways. I'll go look at it and change notifications or something. Because if that, I don't think that's true. But I might.
Well,
I might have shut it off. That's a distinct possibility.
Yes. Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, now they all know that I do text you and that you leave me hanging. So there you go. That's also going to be going on the blockchain. You see, look at all of them.
Worst,
Signal.
worst
Yes,
Aggie
it's
ever.
Signal. It's Signal. It is. So cool guys, Team Steem and Bias Narrative, use Signal because you're cool guys.
Yeah, I have never. At what point have I shared I am cool? Like, there's not been a single episode of this where I've tried to portray that.
That's a good point.
I'm in like dad mode. What, like, I'm dad cool? Does that? But it gets you nothing. Like,
is dad cool a thing?
I don't know. I made up that term. I don't think anybody's ever said those two words together.
Okay, look at Crystal and Oz use Signal too. So, anyways, I'm trying to get you into the 21st century cool.
Okay.
So I'm gonna maybe you'll get like a tiny bit of cool by association.
Oh, well, I can only pray. We'll hope somebody will think I have 21st century cool.
Okay.
But
maybe someone will believe it.
It won't be tonight. Crimson, it has been a pleasure to have you on the show. It's getting to be 9:50. I still have a room full of people that would like to talk. So I'm as much as I love hearing your voice.
Crystal, I can't sing. Sorry.
Well, no, you can sing next time. But if you're going to sing, I'll let you sing. But other than that, you got to go. Are you singing?
Okay. Yeah. Fuck. I'm on. This was not actually expected. Okay. Let me think of something. Somewhere in time I will find you and haunt you again, like the waves sweep the earth. Somewhere in time when no virtues are left to defend, you've fallen deep. And I was a liar in every debate, and I fueled the forces that ruled your hate. When the cold in my heart leaves, it comes to an end. And quietly I fall to sleep. Ooh, okay.
That was awesome.
Bye. Bye.
That was fantastic, Crimmy. Well, it's a pleasure to have you. This was Crimsonclad. It was. She's one of the moderators and witnesses that's part of the Minnow Support Project, and she's an absolutely fabulous human being, and is now like the 5th person on my show to come and sing. So thanks so much for doing that. Alrighty.
I'm already gone. I'm terrified. Bye.
Bye,
you
guys.
all just listen to metal. Ha ha.
All right, that was Crimsonclad stopping this recording.